am Sidrin. I am 13 years old. I have Down everything, everything.
So people can't tell. They look at me. They think that I'm weird or stupid. So actually, we are friendly, sociable, and we love making friends to everyone.
Hello, my name is Evan. I am 9 years old. I am a slow learner. People think that my spelling is poor. I feel upset.
Hi everyone, I'm Eileen, the founder of Singapore Fashion Runway. When I started this platform during SG50, I wanted to give back to Singapore. Along the way, I found a lot of people that have a lot of talents, but they may be harboring an illness. They could be a special needs family, they could be a disabled, a deaf, a breast cancer patient. I realized that what makes me motivated to continue my journey after SG50 is to actually coin fashion for a social cause, whereby the public can see through a runway show and also through following the stories of how these lives can be impacted.
When the doctor first told me of my diagnosis, actually I did not feel anything. In actual fact, I felt quite calm inside me. I do not know why. But the impact actually came to me after all my operations and all my treatments. That's when I started to find out about my illness. I researched more on my type of cancer, which is positive estrogen receptor. And that's also how I found out that cancer can be recurred, and there's also metastatic cancer. So from there, that's how I felt. I started to feel very scared, very frightened, very stressed out, and anxieties came to me.
Hi, my name is Kelly. I'm a breast cancer survivor since 2008. On that day when my doctor told me that I had breast cancer, my whole life just collapsed and changed. I feel the pain and fear. But at the same time, I know that I cannot turn back the clock. So I accepted that diagnosis, focused on the treatment, and I never looked back since then. Because I was given a second chance to live, so I choose to have fun and enjoy myself every moment of my life.
When Chok-hon was first born in 1981, I went to the hospital at KK. I was met by the nurse whose expression was somewhat apologetic. She brought me to the bedside where my wife was lying on the bed, but she was crying. Then I didn't know what she was crying about, but the nurse told me that the baby was a Down syndrome baby. At that time, I didn't know what it was. We met up with the doctor who told us that for a Down syndrome baby, his ability to learn will be kept at 12 years old, and he can't learn further. Well, that was very devastating news to us. Then we went back, but as a Down syndrome baby, he had poor gross motor skill, and his speech was a bit slurred. He started swimming lesson, and he was selected by the Special Olympic Swimming Association to represent Singapore in the Special Olympic World Summer Games in North Carolina, USA in 1999. To his credit, he won some medals. What medals did you win?
1 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze.
1 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze in swimming against much bigger European swimmers. Now we enroll him also in Singapore runway to give him a taste of, dressing up properly and walking in a manner that is a bit more graceful. Otherwise, they walk very sloppily and not properly. Hopefully, he will learn from all these activities and exposure and grow up to be contributing to society from special needs people, so that he through such activities, special needs children can be accepted by society and not be shunned or looked down upon.
Hi, I'm Cindy. Sage is my second son. He was born on Christmas 2005 with a very rare genetic disorder, and he was only diagnosed at 2 weeks old when he was almost in a comatose state. So what happens is his body doesn't have the enzyme to break down proteins, and therefore he had to be on a special milk formula that we had to fly in from States. So at 3 years old, as a treatment for his condition, he went through a liver transplant that was donated by my nephew. But there were complications during operations, and the liver wasn't functioning well, and eventually it was a liver failure. So 6 months later, he got a second liver transplant that was donated by my sister. So that was 8 years ago, and he's been healthy and happy since. So we got to know about Singapore Fashion Runway through last year through Club Rainbow, when they had the Rainbow Fashion show. And so Sage has been very happy to join them, and we're happy to be back this year to join Singapore Fashion Runway.
Hi, I'm Leia Lempito. I'm 41 years old, and I am a survivor, I should say, from a cancer called thymoma. I was first diagnosed in 2014, and it was an advanced stage, already on stage 4. But as you can see, now sitting in front of you, survive and living a quality life. And I look forward those who are out there who is suffering the same ordeal and just finally new or going through, have faith, be strong, trust, and believe that everything will have to surpass what we have been through in life.
My name is Siti. I'm the mother of Anik Hazim. Okay, my son has autism, and I found out when he was 1, but it wasn't that bad because I used to work as a preschool teacher, and in my class there's 2 boys who has autism. One is pretty much very active, and then one is pretty much quiet and reserved. So when he starts to arrange things in one manner and he doesn't speak, so I thought that's something that he might have either ADHD or autism. Until he went to kindergarten, I seek help from the principal to ask for the psychologist team. And that's where I got to know that he has autism. But I'm fine with that. The only thing that my life crashed when I had to be a single parent, which is to date already 9 years, raising him on my own. But so far, I'm enjoying every bits and pieces of my life with my son. I should say that the experience is kind of like bittersweet. There's some parts that is bitter, but mostly it's like sweet, something like dark chocolate. So dark chocolate is healthy for you, so sometimes bittersweet is good. And so I'm really glad and I'm thankful for Singapore Fashion Runway for giving him a chance to showcase his talent and in the catwalk fashion. So it's happening on 12th of August, at Scape Theatre. So I do hope many of you Singapore could come down and support us, as well as all the special needs children around, and support the cause, because we need a lot of great hearts and we need a lot of support in this event. So thank you very much, and thank you to Singapore Fashion Runway.
When Robbie was born, we didn't know that she was special. She was like an angel after her first brother, because the brother actually had bleeding in the brain at birth. So to us, she was an angel. She didn't cry. She was, always smiley, loving, and all that. But then we discovered that she started falling sick very often. She started missing her milestones. She couldn't sit up. She couldn't swallow even, and she was basically just floppy. So eventually at 10 months we found out that she has Williams syndrome. We were of course upset, but at the same time we were also relieved to know what was wrong with her. So we actually went for a lot of therapies, find out what we can do for her. And it was actually quite heart-wrenching because she will look at the therapy, she knows that she needs to go into therapy, and she will start crying before she even start. But we will have to force her through it, and it was quite heart-wrenching, right? But eventually she got better, and we're very happy that she has this opportunity to do the Singapore Fashion Runway, where she can have more confidence in herself, discover her own inner beauty, right? And make a lot more friends.
Pauline was born with Down syndrome. The moment when she came out, I was very sad. I couldn't even hold her with my arms. And it takes me a while. The question is asking, why must be me? And all the questions still pointing with why? But my gynae came to my ward and she preached a story to me and saying that when this girl was born in States, the whole family, the immediate family came back together. So that one really tells me something, that she comes to this world is for nothing. It's not for nothing, but there's a mission for her. So, and looking back to my own family, and I can really see that the bonding is there. So every of my family members came back together. And this is how she has taught me something in life, that is patience and perseverance. And life has to go on. And I would like to say that every chance, I will really take some chance to go on with life. And I really thank Singapore Fashion Runway to give us a chance to perform her talents.
Hi, my name is Kaline. I'm diagnosed with breast cancer 6 years ago, stage 2. When I first diagnosed, of course, I feel very confused. There are so many scans and so many decisions to make. But thank God, I didn't go through any chemotherapy or radiation. I only have my op. And now I'm taking some hormones pills for 10 years. So when I get to know Singapore Runway through National Cancer Centre, Eileen, I think, cooperate this event with us. So we invited some of the survivors to participate in the Fashion Runway last year. So we all enjoyed very much. And also Singapore Runway has also given us a platform, to perform what will never think and what we will never do in our life. Imagine us, normal people like us, survivors, walking the runway. I think it's something that is, we will never think of, but we are very thankful for Singapore Fashion Runway to give us this opportunity, to showcase what we don't think we can do, but we did it, So we are very grateful and we are very thankful. So come and see us at Scape for 12 August at Singapore Fashion Runway and support us for a good cause. Thank you.
I like Singapore Fashion Runway because I believe there's beauty in everybody's in their own ways, and I get to work with my friends.
Hi, my name is Radia. This is my daughter Natasha. Natasha's been diagnosed from young. In the beginning, I did not know what's wrong with her, but because she did not talk in the beginning, so after a while, then we went to see somebody to diagnose her. Then we realized that she have a kind of a sensory integration, and from sensory integration, then we had to send her to a special school. So special school, and she has to. She has a lot of sensitivity that she has in her, so we have sent her for almost like therapy, and all kinds of therapy we have gone through, and it's very hard for us in the beginning, but people always say that I have to accept it, but as a mother it's difficult to accept, but I have to accept it, but I will never give up. So till now, I still doing a lot of therapy for her, and from not talking now she's like a very grown-up girl, but we still have to help her in certain ways.
As we spend time with them, we realize that some can design very well, some can like arts, some like singing, dancing, some like catwalk. So we train them, and then we hope that through this platform of Singapore Fashion Runways, Fashion for a Social Cause, that they can come together. But for this to happen, we need the support of everyone in Singapore and beyond to actually continue this support for us. So we hope that we can continue to impact the lives, and without you, so without you, I don't think we can continue. So as we meet them, to see them being happy and being joyful, we also discover that there's a lot of people out there that came forward, that although they have challenges, but they came forward. So as we continue to give joy to them, we hope that you will support what we are doing, and you will support Singapore Fashion Runways, because this is everybody's runway. Everybody showcase their talent through this platform, and we hope that you understand that we are doing this for a social cause, and people start to understand the spirit of giving. So we hope that you will continue to support the people that have such positivity in them, although they are battling with life challenges. Thank you.
Come and watch me at Singapore Fashion Runway, SK Orchard on 12 August 2007. See you soon.
Sorry. Sorry.